Admit everybody. Here they come. Still got some more people jumping in. Hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. I'm going to share my screen right away. And then let's in the chat, people. Welcome. In the chat, if you guys could just put where you're coming from, and we'll kind of get started here in a couple of minutes, let people filter in. But it'd be awesome if you could say where everyone's coming from. Columbia, North Carolina, California. I'll be in California tomorrow. Off to San Diego. Yeah, Quinn. I think Quinn's at the camp. We'll see you Tuesday, Quinn. Got a couple Minnesota, DC, New Jersey, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Massachusetts, Bay Area. I'm assuming that's San Francisco, right? Coach Lukey's running around the Bay Area. Minnesota, Arizona. My nephews are on. Rhode Island, Scottsdale. That's awesome. Zeke from Scottsdale. I grew up in Glendale, not too far from you. Corbin and Keenan from Waseca, London, from San Diego. His name's London. We'll see you. We'll see you Tuesday in London. Cool. We got a lot of California people. That's awesome. Awesome. Need to see. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second, make sure people are getting in. Awesome. So we're going to jump into this thing here. If you guys, what's up, Joey Mullins? How we doing, Big Joe? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. You can you don't have to have your screen on. This is going to be a lot of just kind of learning and listening to these awesome coaches. And they will introduce themselves in a minute. But if you do have any questions, because you're not going to be able to unmute yourself, then just put it in the chat and then we'll get to it eventually. So at the end, you're going to have a chance to ask some questions. So make sure you're doing that and thinking about those things. There's Carter and Parker. Oh no, where's my here we go. Okay. So again, welcome to a little Hockey IQ. We got a pretty cool thing going on here in Project Hockey Land. And we got two amazing coaches. Kyle Looft, who's gonna be running our defense, and then Brendan Furry, who's gonna be running our forwards. And I'll let them introduce themselves when it's kind of their part to talk. But just know that they love hockey, they play at the highest level, and they want to make other hockey players better. And so if you're here, that's why they're here to coach you, and that's why they're here to help you understand some things, and just really learn and grow. And so with that being said, the agenda today, the number one goal is to develop hockey IQ. Now, understand that this is a 30 to 40 minute class today. It's not going to move mountains, right? Which is why we have a really cool opportunity for you guys and gals to really dive into. And I know some of you have already signed up for it, but a really cool opportunity to sign up for some hockey IQ, doing it in a different way than, when I was growing up or when these guys were growing up, just a better way to learn things at a higher level from two that are playing at the highest level. Like I said, defense, Kyle Looft will do it. Then forwards, Brendan Furry will do that. And they're only going over a couple clips today. But then again, we got a summer hockey IQ opportunity for you all as well. So, and then we'll have time for a Q&A at the end as well. Okay. So, we're going to do a little defenseman specific hockey IQ breakdown here with Coach Kyle Looft. And I'm going to let him kind of take the reins here, but it's got some more people jumping in. We got a big class tonight. So Kyle, if you wanna jump in, and then I'll kind of lead the way with the clicking.
Yep. Thanks, Coach. So hi, I'm Kyle Looft. I see a lot of familiar faces, but some new ones on here as well. Super excited about this opportunity, not only for you guys, but for me as well, to be able to coach you guys, like Coach said. We are doing this, Brendan and I are doing this because we like helping others. we like helping others that were in positions that we were in at one point, and we understand that side of it. And with the internet now and Project Hockey, we can do that from afar. So this is pretty cool to me. Super excited about it. A little bit more about me. I'm from Mankato, Minnesota. I just turned 26, and I started playing hockey at the age of about 5. So things I like to do on my free time are golf, hunt, and fish. Outside of hanging out with family and friends, obviously. But some of my accomplishments, I played high school hockey in Mankato. Um, Went to a state tournament in Minnesota, the state of
Woo.
hockey. Um, Coach Danny Heath was my D coach, so learned a lot from him growing up, which was pretty cool to me. Um, and then played juniors in the USHL for Cedar Rapids for 2 years. I was actually drafted to Dubuque first, and then got traded there.
On the center dot, on the center dot, the face off.
Hold on.
Wow, coach.
Near wall, Willsby.
Why can't I click out of this thing? Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. You got too excited. Well, Quinn, there was a question in the chat. Quinn said happy late birthday, so I was clicking
Thanks,
on.
Quinn.
All right,
Thanks,
sorry,
Quinn.
keep going.
Good thing you're not going to be running these. It's going to be
I
Brandon.
know.
No. Then I went to Bemidji State for 5 years. With the COVID year, I was able to play all 5, which is cool. Ended up winning a league championship, as you can see in the top right. That was this year. Made a couple NCAA tournament appearances. I was a captain my senior year and my 5th year. And then this year I was the CCHA Defenseman of the Year, the Defensive Defenseman of the Year, and was on the first team. And then after the season, I signed with Texas Stars in the American Hockey League, which is in the Dallas Stars organization. And just super excited for that opportunity. And I will say that Hockey IQ is going to be is a big part of making those jumps from, high school to USHL or juniors, wherever you play, to Division 1 or college hockey, and then to the pros. So we're going to be talking a lot about that in this Hockey IQ boot camp.
Love it. So a lot of hockey knowledge here, as you guys can see on the screen. So as we're watching, we're gonna watch 2 clips here, more defense focused, and then at the end, and then Fury's gonna go, and then at the end you'll have some questions. So be thinking about questions not only for Kyle, but about the stuff that he's about to cover as well.
Yeah, so with these clips, would you pause it, Coach?
Yeah.
With these clips, we're gonna try to make these as realistic, like how we would run it in our boot camp, as possible. With that being said, as Coach said earlier, this is kind of an intro session, trying to let you guys understand what we'd be doing. So in this Hockey IQ boot camp, we're gonna have homework, we're gonna have, access to different things on our classroom and stuff. So just without having all that right now, I'll kind of, be able to tell you, like, so with the homework on this, we'd be talking about in this first clip, watch, an active stick, closing tight, making neutral plays. And then when we're breaking out, shoulder checks, always having our heads up, supporting our partners. And like I said, that would be stuff that we would go over beforehand and try to break that into your head throughout the whole camp. But with tonight being quick, we can't really do that. So that's the 4 things I want you to look for in this clip. I am the right-handed or the left-handed defenseman on the right side here, if Coach points at me there. That's who we're going to be talking about. So just center ice draw, right away, gets up, and you see how I close gap there.
See if he can back it up here again tonight.
Coach.
See if he can back it up here again tonight. Puck is down in the zone.
How come it's
See if he can back it up here
well,
again
let me even
tonight.
go back.
Puck is down.
Pause, then go back, then play. Okay, go.
On the center dot, the face.
So watch how right away I don't just back up, right? We're not giving them the zone. We want to force a dump. Okay. Then we get back, we're checking our shoulders, scanning the ice. Okay. Puck goes the other team. Now we got to close tight, use our stick, keep them to the outside. Coach, it's pretty laggy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's just pull them up.
Yeah, if you
this
need me to pull
way.
it up too.
Mm-hmm.
It might be easier if I pull it up.
I got it.
Okay.
Fury, you might have to, I don't know if I have yours though. You might have to pull yours up.
Oh boy.
on the center dot.
Is this better?
Are you playing full speed?
Yeah, now it is.
It's full speed for you?
Yeah.
It's not over here. It's like slow motion.
Is that for you too, Fury?
Yeah, it's like slow motion and laggy a little bit.
Okay. Do you have it on your end, Kyle?
Yes. Am I able to share my screen?
Yeah,
Try
find
now.
mine right now.
Try now, Kyle.
Let me pull them up first.
Then I'll make you co-host too, Fury, so then you can hopefully share your screen and just pull those clips
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna find them right now.
Perfect. They should both be up now. Share screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
This is full screen for you guys.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So let's start over. Okay, let's talk about okay, we want to watch for an active stick here, closing tight, which we'll see right off the draw, making a neutral play. And when I will see two breakouts where I'll be supporting and shoulder checking, which is all fundamentals that we'll start talking about at the beginning of camp. So right off the bat, draw gets one back to Milwaukee. Okay, we're up, we're tight, we're forcing a dump. Okay. And you notice right away, we're not just letting them dump it, right? Watch my stick. I try to bat it out of the air. Okay. We don't want them to dump it if they can't. Swing and a miss, that's okay. Now we're getting back supporting, scanning the ice, shoulder checking. Okay. Being an option if we need to while broken play. Okay. Now we got to close. Stick on puck, body position. Okay. In a good spot here. Now we get a steal. Okay. We're in a tight area here. Okay, there's not going to be much for options. I know that. I just need to take this space that I can on my backhand now, get my head up, see that I have a guy flying. Let's make a neutral play, see if we can get it deep here. Ends up working out. Okay, now we're 200 feet down the ice. No stress. Go to work in the ozone here for a little bit. Okay. We'll also talk about in camp, okay, our gap always starts, okay, when the other team has the puck, when our team has the puck, okay, you're always trying to find your gap. You're always trying to be in a position where if you need to gap up, you can be in a good position to defend, as well as also be in a good offensive position. So you can't see that right now, but now you'll see, okay, when he fires it up the wall here, I'm in a position, able to get this puck. Now we have possession again, okay? We're going to go back. Watch when my D partner gets the puck here right away. What am I doing? I'm scanning the ice. Okay, something that we're going to talk about a lot. 1, 2 times. Now I know. Okay. Again, as soon as I get the puck, head up, check my partner. I've got nothing there. Okay. I always know that I have this option off the wall to my partner, but why not have my head up here while I can suck them all the way in? Ends up working out. We hit the center and we're going back up the rink. Turnover. Again, gap starts right away. Sliding over, both of us. Okay, we're working in tandem here, which we'll talk about a lot as well in camp. Giving them nothing. Again, check my shoulders. I'm going to be an option here. Bumps a little strong. That's okay. Again, shoulder check, shoulder check, shoulder check, shoulder check. I know my options. Now we're out of the zone again. So all those things are things that we're going to be talking about all through camp. Okay. And it's cool to see. Now we can watch an NHL clip of it, right? Different stuff. We'll have weeks that are the same stuff. We're going to dive every clip will have same stuff, different stuff. We'll be learning a bunch of different stuff. Cool part is we can use Brendan and I, who are in our heads all the time, stuff that, we wish we did better, wish we know we did well. No, we had going on our head, and then we could watch NHLers like we're in it right now. Devon Toews is one of my favorite players to watch in the NHL. Very good defenseman, left-handed for Colorado, plays with Cale Makar. So now let's go into clip 2. We're going to talk about D-side positioning, which is right off the draw. passing just to the open guy quick. These guys are highly skilled, but they don't try to do too much. His gap and stick work, forcing a dump, kind of like we talked about last time, and then shoulder checking and using body positioning when you're retrieving the puck. Those are things that I want you to look for in this clip, and we'll stop and talk about. So right off the draw, here he is on the wall, left-handed defenseman number 7 for Colorado, gets his stick in there. Okay, they win the Winnipeg wins the draw. Watch how much he's battling in front. Okay, Niederreiter has no chance. Again, simple play right up the middle. He doesn't grab this, stick handle it. Okay, try to make a saucer pass, skate around. Coach, someone's trying to get in.
Got it.
Just makes the simple play. And now again, we're 200 feet down the rink, which we'll talk about a lot in camp too, how big of a difference that can make. Where's our gap start? Right away. Okay, so Makar's doing a good job. He's getting his ice to the middle, forcing them to the outside if he can. Taze is going to be up in here, and watch how he uses his body and stick positioning all the way up the rink. Okay, Appleton's getting back checked by 2 Colorado guys. He just doesn't feel comfortable giving this here because Taze has a good gap and a good stick, and he's using his stick, okay, to force Appleton to where he's going to go. Okay, same with Makar, stick to the middle. Let's get him to the outside. We don't want him attacking in the middle. Okay, forces a dump. Again, Taze, what's he doing? He doesn't want this dumped. Doesn't just give up on it, tries to bat it out of the air. Shoulder checks here, and he's using his body, okay? All he wants there, he knows it's a 50-50 puck, okay? It was a good dump. He wants Colorado coming out with numbers, and he doesn't want Niederreiter to get a stick on it and force it somewhere. Works out, okay? Great body positioning there. Stuff we're going to be talking about there as well. Gets a change. So again, I know it's, let me stop sharing here. I know it's kind of hard to go over everything tonight with not having, talked about anything, but we're going to talk about how, like right here, what will we get from the IQ program? Well, that first week is fundamental habits, and breaking down those. And then we're going to be using all those fundamental habits that every defenseman needs with these rush gaps, breakouts, fourth man, skating and skills. And then the week 6 is the question and answer. We're also going to be having you guys breaking that down throughout, and each week with the homework and stuff as well. So it's exciting stuff. We're gonna really hone in on that stuff this summer starting next week. So what else you'll get from it is an understanding of the game that you've never had before. We talked about earlier, Brendan and I, as well as Coach Danny, we didn't have this kind of stuff growing up. You can put all that work in on the ice, off the ice, but we didn't have an opportunity to, and access to coaches that would sit down and do film with us and talk about the hockey IQ side of it, which is a huge part of the game. So just those mental reps that will improve your game, having a better understanding of the game, unlimited access to these sessions that we go over, like we're recording today. It would be very similar to that, but obviously it's a whole session. And we'll have notes and stuff for you guys that you can watch and read while you're doing this, and you have unlimited access to that. And then you have, we're going to talk about how to train and sharpen your tools within this camp, and how to use your body better, and how can you be practicing this away from the computer, right? And these tools will help you think the game more efficiently and make your game more efficient in general. And then we have a question and answer session that you guys can use to your advantage, and always ask questions in any sessions as well. And then unlimited feedback and guidance from me as well as Brendan in his camp. So super exciting stuff. Take advantage of it. That's my advice to you guys.
Awesome. And so Brendan will take over here in a minute. And now if you're wondering what exactly is he talking about, we'll kind of go over it at the end as well. But just the understanding that yes, right now we're doing a couple clips. We're gonna do some different IQ stuff, but starting July 14th, 15th, we're gonna be diving into this stuff where you're gonna be meeting with your forward coach, your D coach every single week, breaking down those things that Kyle was talking about. Furry will talk about them here in a minute. But it's just an intensive boot camp, 6 weeks long. You get access to your coach, you get access to the work, the videos and all that stuff. So I'll let Fury introduce himself here, but good stuff, Kyle.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right. You can hear me?
We got
Yep.
you.
No, good. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Coach, I just sent you those clips in your email, so if you want to just pull those up.
Do you want me or do you want to share your screen and do it?
You can do it because I'm on my iPad, so it's a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'll pull them
Yeah,
up.
so if you want to, yeah, you can run it. Just whenever I, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think well, I'll introduce myself. I'm Brendan Furry. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. I turned 26 tomorrow, actually, but I figured we were
Nice.
gonna get to it. But and yeah, I've been on skates since I was 3. Love to golf, and fun fact is I can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Wow.
Just thought I'd throw that in there. But yeah, I think and I think just like starting it off, I think it's really important to kind of understand like what we're trying to do here with this Hockey IQ before I just get into anything real quick. I think it's really important to understand that like we're going to try to make this as personal as we can. I think a lot of camps and stuff can be, I don't want to say misleading and stuff, but thanks guys. I appreciate everyone saying happy early birthday. But I think a lot of these camps can be a little bit misleading. And I think our goal behind this is to make this where you feel like we're not just your coach, but like almost like I want to say your friend. I know it's a little cliche, but we're trying to make you better as a player because it's something that we wish we would have had when we were your guys' age. So I think it's really important just to kind of get out of the way early on. So I just wanted to make sure I said that. And yeah, so I played hockey. I won a state championship in the state of Ohio for my high school team. Played juniors in Omaha and Tri-City. I played at Minnesota State for 4 years. We had 4, you kind of read the accomplishments there. We had 2 really good years. We made to the national championship game and unfortunately lost. And I had the option to, or not the pleasure to be the captain my senior year there at Minnesota State. And then I was able to sign my first professional contract with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in the Philadelphia Flyers organization. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty unique opportunity for everyone here that has signed up and hasn't signed up yet to have the opportunity to be able to gain some very knowledgeable stuff with the game of hockey from Kyle and I. So I think I had the Hershey clip first, the 10-second one.
Okay, one second.
Yeah, you're good.
Boom.
You could have left out those 4 league championships, Brendan.
Yeah, I didn't want to get too, I kind of left it out. Yeah.
I was waiting for something.
Purpose.
Those are personal.
Yeah.
Those are personal.
Yeah. At least you got the last one, hey?
Yeah, it just took you leaving.
You want the Hershey one first?
It doesn't matter. We can hit them both. So,
Okay.
just so you can leave it here. So, I with the forward side of things, what I want to do, my goal here is I want to make this something where every single day or every class that we go on, or if you're doing your homework, you're learning something new, and it's something that your light bulb goes off in your head, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that, or wow, this is hopefully going to help me in my game or in practice or whatever, and I can work on this. I think that's what I want to do, and Kyle already hit a lot of these big points, which is huge, but we can use our own individual clips that we have to help benefit you guys, and we can break down our own gameplay and what's made us successful at our levels. And we can help you with that, and we can use those clips. So in this clip here, you can start it off. Yeah, I'm number 13 at the top of the screen there. Yep, coach is highlighting it. And if you just go like maybe like 1 second here, because you can see, so you can play it, boom, you can see right away, sticks on the ice and our heads up. I think that's a huge thing is a lot of kids now, they'll have their stick in the air. And if you ever have your stick in the air as a forward, or I mean, honestly, anybody on the ice, but you can never be available for a pass, a shot, a quick little play. Yeah, like look at my teammates, everybody, they all have their sticks and they're ready and available for the puck at all times, which I think is super important. And it's a skill that it may be so simple, but you'd be shocked at how many people and how many opportunities you potentially may miss just because your stick's not on the ice. And then you can see that I'm using my head checks here. You can see at the top, I'm making myself available. I want this puck. I demand the puck. And that's a mentality that we're going to talk about a little bit in my boot camp. So you can run it basically all the way through until I pull up here. So I have the puck wide and right here. So I have this defender. I have a step on him. It may not look like it, but I have it. I am making this defender turn his feet, and I am causing him to now chase me because I am driving him wide. So I know he's overcommitting on this. And this is a method or a little detail in the game we're going to talk about. And you can see it might not look like it, but I have a step on him, and he knows that he's like basically like, oh crap, I got to get moving here. So when the clip plays here, I use the cutback. Boom. Now I have all this space. I actually make him fall in this clip, which is great because I even have more space. But immediately you can see when I roll out of this, I turn, I have a head check, and then I head up immediately, and I end up hitting the late defenseman in the play. And I think this is it may seem like such a easy thing here, but it's such an effective thing. Driving this defenseman, and I mean, it's funny because we can sit here and I can ask Kyle right now, like how difficult it is when you have a forward with speed right here, and I drive him all the way into the corner.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, it's just hard when you hit that cutback. You create so much space because you still have to honor the net and everything else. So, yeah, it's just a great.
I was gonna chime in too, even after you were done, just about how I'm learning from you, like the forward side of it too, which is cool to me because I don't think that way, So
yeah, exactly, and that's what I was like listening to. Yeah, you're good, but like listening to each other here, we're gonna help you guys get better. And yeah, so here I'm able to use this little cutback just because I recognize that I have him on his edges. He's not in the position that he wants to be in, essentially. And so I'm able to drive them with my speed all the way down to the goal line and then pull up, make the pass to the D, and we're able to create a scoring chance. And it's such a simple but very effective piece of the game that I think instead of just dumping the puck or making a move at the blue line, like I have possession and I'm able to make a play out of it. So I think it's just another or it's just a really cool clip to be able to show, especially of our, myself using it. So
yeah. And then same thing, going back to what you're saying, like your line mates here stick on the ice wanting the puck. Like it's all, you see that at the highest.
Yeah, right.
So details, ladies and gentlemen, the details.
Yeah. And so the second part of this video, I threw it in here because everything's all great forward wise, like offensively, everybody wants to play offense. And that's such an important part of the game, obviously, to score goals. But I would vouch and say an even bigger part of the game nowadays is defense, because defense creates offense. And if you can be a strong defensive forward, you're going to have so many more chances in the offensive zone. It may not seem like it, but you'll create so much more offense. And we're going to talk about that a ton. And it's like, I just want to use like an example, like Barkov, forgot who his teammate was, but he said he could have so many more points in the league, but he's so good and sound defensively that he helps his team win at the end of the day. And, I think he only finished with like 80 or 90 points this year, whatever it was, but someone was saying he could have 130 in a season. And I think it just shows like, that's why he wins the Selke. He's a great defensive forward, and he's one of the best forwards in the league right now, just because of his defensive play. So I really wanted to hammer that and understand that defensive forwards they're so important to have in the game as well.
Yeah. I heard, one real quick. I heard that same idea where he could have had 20 to 30 more points, but he doesn't the game, right? He doesn't try to go for the breakaways or all that stuff. And obviously it worked, right? Because they won a Stanley Cup. So the points are great, but like you said, to win and win at the highest levels, you got to take care of your own end. So I thought that was a really good point.
Yeah, for sure. So in this clip, I'm the winger on the wall. This puck is coming to me. So if you kind of go back just a little bit there, you can see initially we're talking about head checks again. You can see I check and see where that defenseman is right away. I know he's coming in on me here. So in this puck, I know my defenseman's getting pressured, and this is going to come up the wall. So we're going to talk about this and break this down as wall battles in the defensive zone. And you can see that I'm able to use body position here and to put myself in the way of that defenseman. And I end up getting the puck basically in my feet, kick it to my stick, and it's kicked out to the middle of the ice. But the important part is I want to make a huge emphasis here is one, the head checks. The head checks are so important back at the beginning of the clip. And Kyle even talked about it. It's huge from the defensive side too, is getting your information early and often. The earlier you can gather your information, the more time you're going to have, and you're going to be able to make quicker plays on the ice. So I think it's just a cool little video here. And yeah, so I'm able to get body position on it. I'm able to kick the puck to my stick, right to my defender, to the forward. We're out of the zone. It's kind of a bang, bang play. And then we go and create offense just from there. So, I mean, yeah, you can show it one more time, but you can watch.
Is this a missed high stick here, coach?
It might be. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No call.
Good thing we got away. We got away from that one.
He's kind of selling it a little bit.
Oh yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, so the huge emphasis there in that clip and in my boot camp is going to be all aspects of the games. We're going to talk about defense, neutral zone, offense, and we're going to break down the game in ways that you guys may not have noticed before. And I think that's super important here. So yeah, if you want to just run through it really quickly and just look at all the details. But there's one head check.
So we'll start back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
3.
So 3 within what, a second?
Yep.
So.
Yep. And then
I'll say
body
about
position.
that as a defenseman too, is like if he checks his shoulders and I'm coming down on him, I have way less confidence. If he doesn't check his shoulders, I pretty much know I'm getting that puck.
Right. So yeah. So just yeah, another cool little clip that we're able to use of ourselves. And I think that's just going to be very important. And what we want to emphasize with this boot camp that we're doing, especially is just the availability to be able to learn all these little things. And yeah, like we can go through a little bit of what you're going to be able to learn through my program. I'll just go through this 6-week curriculum here on the right side. I mean, we're just going to talk about skating, and that's not just going to be skating like how to skate. It's going to be how to attack the middle with skating with 3 hard strides, your free crossovers. And then with offensive playmaking, it's not just going to be like we looked at the cutbacks. That's going to be a method that we're going to be talking about, and different kinds of methods to use to create more plays or to be able to get open the offensive zone. Yeah. And then like week 3, defending your net. And that's going to be all defensive zone. It's going to be wall battles. It's going to be how to block a shot properly or how to make yourself big.
Stop drawing on the screen. You're going to get booted.
And then in week 4, we're going to talk about the mental side of the game a little bit within the game. And then 5, we're going to just get a little bit into the forechecking part of the game. I think that's a huge part. And if you've been watching the Instagram clips, we've talked about forechecking a bit. I know someone, when they signed up, I was looking at it, they mentioned talking about forechecking a defenseman behind the net. That's a great thing we'll be able to talk about as well. So yeah, I just think super excited to be able to get into this. And yeah, as we're going through this this program, I think that's our goal here, is separating your game from other people. What's going to make you better than the person next to you? How are we going to make you stand out to the scouts? And what are we going to do to help you grow your game to get you to the next level? I think is super important. And to create that mindset that, yeah, I can add these things to my game and I can do it efficiently. So yeah, super excited to be able to have the opportunity here, and super excited to hop on here and just to go through a couple clips of what we're going to potentially be showing you guys. So super excited for Kyle and I to have this opportunity with all of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I will share this link, and again, something that I don't know if we mentioned in the beginning, each class is only going to have 20 spots available in it. And so, and I know we're already halfway sold out of both of them. So I think there's 9 in the forwards and I think there's 10 in the D. So there's not very many spots left, but it's super easy to find. Just go to our website, projecthockey.com. And I'm gonna share an email at the end of this with everybody that'll have all this information. Then you have the forward one that I just showed you a little bit, and then you have the D one as well. So super easy to get signed up. Once you get signed up, within 24 hours, you'll get an email with
Coach,
all the classroom stuff that we have. And then because you're part of this, and this will be in the email as well, but there's a discount for you guys and gals if you use the code ZOOMIQ. So ZOOMIQ, all caps.
Coach, can you show them how to like navigate that website? Like I know Corson did a really good job with it. Go to the
Yeah.
Project Hockey link again, and then like go to up to the top right.
Yep.
Yeah, and then click on the boot camp that you're interested in, if it's
Yep.
one or the other or both. Then scroll down and we have on our outlines of the boot camp. I know we took a picture of it, but you
Yep.
can click into them and kind of see, like for mine, go down even more.
Yeah.
Right in here,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can see, okay, like fundamental habits, rundown, rush gaps. Like these are what we're going to be talking about, and like you can see all this stuff too. So Corson did a really good job with that. Make sure you're using this too.
Yep. So you can kind of see what each week's going to be about. And then super easy to get to as well. You just hit register now and it'll take you to that landing page. But again, I will send an email right after this to everybody that's in here. And we've got about 5-ish minutes. If anybody has questions, let's pop those in the chat for these guys. But like I said, I can't say enough about this camp because everyone's going to the rink this summer. Everyone's skating this summer. They're doing their power skating. They're doing their edge work. They're doing their stick handling. They're doing all that stuff. But what everyone's not doing is taking the time to watch hockey and not just watch it to see the highlights or see Connor McDavid do something cool, but to watch it to understand the game from a higher level, to be able to make better decisions on the ice, which will ultimately lead to more successful games and hopefully get you to that next one. So Nathaniel says, I'm a true freshman going into college, coming straight from high school, and I'm playing D1 ACHA hockey. Is it worth trying out for junior teams or should I go play in the ACHA? I don't know if you guys, I'll kind of give my 2 cents, and if you guys have something to add to that. Honestly, it all depends on your family situation, and the home and what that looks like, and what you would do at school if you kind of already have an idea, like, hey, I want to go to school to do this, and all that stuff. So, but junior hockey is definitely a good option. Now it's the middle of summer, so finding a team would probably be hard to get into a camp, but if you have a camp invite or something like that, it never hurts to go to them. But I would just be weary about, different camps that are there for those people to make a lot of money, or if they're there to actually scout and pick the team from that camp. So you can always email me, and I can kind of give you some more information on that. But I know the ACHA is it's pretty good hockey. And you're still playing college, you're still playing hockey there, so it's going to be phenomenal. But I don't know if you guys have anything to add to that.
I'll just say, like, go with your gut, like do what you want to do. Um, like I wouldn't feel pressure on it. Obviously, it's a big decision. But I've seen it where, okay, I went and played junior hockey and ended up going Division 1. I've seen it where my brother played 3 years of junior hockey and didn't go Division 1, and now he's working. Now he just finished like 2 seasons ago, and he wouldn't change that for the world. He played 3 years, didn't go to school, whatever, but he wouldn't change that for the world. But everyone's in a different position too. Like he still isn't going to school now, and he got a job that he really likes and wants. So I mean, there's so many different circumstances. Do what you feel is best for you and your family and all that stuff.
For sure. So great. So we got some questions in sure. So Joe Mullen's asking what day the forward class, and Quinn is asking what day the D class is. The forwards their live class is going to be Tuesday nights. And I think they're at 7:30 Eastern as well. And how it's going to kind of work is you'll have, and then D are going to be Monday nights. So D are Monday nights, and then forwards are Tuesday nights. The reason why they're on 2 different nights is because we have people that are doing both. So we want to make sure that they can go to both. But also the reason why they're in the beginning of the week is because there's going to be homework. There's going to be things that you'll have to watch. There's going to be stuff to keep you engaged throughout the week and some prep work for even the next week. So that's kind of how it's going to work is Monday, the D will go, and then they'll start their, we're going to use Google Classroom. We'll start their Google Classroom learning. And then Fury will probably have some check-in stuff on the weekends. And then Tuesday is when his Zoom call is going to be. But hey, if you can't make one, they're all going to be recorded and they're only going to be posted for the people that are in the class. So if you know how it is, you sign up for a camp, you might miss a day or two of it, but they're all gonna, the cool part about this is you don't miss the learning. Like if you go to a hockey camp for 5 weeks and you miss a week, you miss that week and you don't get it back. Here, if you miss one Zoom call, not a big deal. Because you're gonna be able to watch it back. And then two, you're gonna have access to all of us as coaches to be able to ask any questions that maybe didn't make sense to make sure you get all that work in, if that makes sense. Getting a lot of thank yous in here. Awesome. Time for maybe one or two more, but did you know I moved from VT to NC and made the junior Hurricanes? I love this. Mullins says, hey, did you know? And I didn't tell him to say this, but this guy, Mullins, is probably one of the first original Project Hockey members from way back in the day, but he's saying, I don't know if you know, I moved from North Carolina and he made the junior Hurricanes, which I did know. Congrats on that. But he also said Project Hockey was a big part of my development. So I appreciate that.
Job, Joe.
Love
yeah,
it.
Joe always showed up too, and I was always asking questions. I was also a part of those first Zoom sessions. That was probably what 4 or 5 years ago now. I don't even know how long ago, but
Joe's got a mustache.
Joe always
That's
showed
how
up.
long
He was
ago.
always intent. He always asked questions. So when you sign up for this too, like go in with that mindset, know that the work that you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So congrats to you, Joe. That's awesome.
That's a great point. Will this program benefit U13s and U11s and can two attend in the same session? Yeah, so we get that a lot. We did not put an age on this camp simply because you could be a squirt and have a high maturity level, and this camp is going to be great for you. You could be a high school player and not have the attention span to sit through, that Zoom call, and it's not gonna benefit you. So any player that has the maturity to sit through it definitely is going to be able to benefit from this class. And so can two attend like in the same household? I think is that what you're asking? Absolutely. Terry, just email me and I'll get you hooked up with what you need. But my email is danny@projecthockey.com. I'll put it in the chat as well. Plus you'll get an email after this, but email me and we'll get you all set up. So absolutely. And I think we'll end with just the idea of what Kyle was saying. This isn't like, here, take this magic pill and you're automatically going to make better decisions on the ice. This is, hey, come and learn from two guys that are in the trenches right now, playing at one of the highest levels, and they're going to help teach you some things, but you have to be willing to do the homework. You have to be willing to put in the effort. You have to be willing, to do the extra stuff and watch the videos and engage and ask questions, because you never hear stories about like Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan that, hey, they just weren't engaged. They didn't ever do anything extra. It's the opposite, right? Like they're competitive. They want to be the best. And so this is just a very unique way that you'd be able to learn and grow and continue that development. And plus meeting two guys like this, having them in your corner in your hockey career, like Fury kind of talked about in the beginning, having connections with them and, being able to, even in the middle of the year, like, because they're very accessible via email or social media and, asking questions here or there. So it is a 6-week camp, but the relationships will last much longer. So I appreciate everyone jumping on. Brandon, you got any final words?
No, I think you nailed it all. I think the biggest thing to reiterate is that is what you put in is what you're going to get out of it with this. I think that's just the key thing. Something I wish I had at doesn't matter what age, like you said, but for me, earlier on in my playing career, I was a late bloomer. I mean, I didn't get the looks until I was about 18 playing U18s, and that's kind of where everything started for me. And I wish I would have done it a little earlier, because maybe I would have been a little bit farther in my career, which is huge. So I think just having this availability, or like, I would have benefited from it so much if I would have had it earlier on in my playing career. So super excited for that. And yeah, I'm just ready to go and ready to help these kids get better. And yeah, we're just super excited.
Love it. Kyle, any final thoughts?
No, you guys hit it on the head there. Just
cool.
Take advantage of the opportunity. I like Brandon said, I wish I had this. I know Danny does too. when I was younger. Thanks for listening tonight. Thanks for showing up.
Awesome.
And hopefully we'll see you guys at camp.
Yeah, and like I said, it starts the official date is July 15th. We'll do kind of a check-in Zoom on the 14th, a lot like this. But again, we're only taking 20 because we don't want this to be just 100 kids in it. We want it to be a relationship with the coach to help you grow and learn and become a better hockey player and a better person, which is the ultimate goal. So if you guys need anything, reach out. I will shoot you an email with the link, or you can jump over there and go to projecthockey.com and sign up for your class. Don't forget to use the code ZOOMIQ to get your little discount. But again, this is a really cool opportunity to put your player through something for the next 6 weeks to learn and grow. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic day. Happy Canada Day to the Canadians in here, and happy July 4th as well to the Americans. But enjoy the start of the week here, and we'll talk soon, everybody. See you guys. We're getting a lot of thank yous. You're welcome, everyone. Take care. I'm going to end the meeting in 3, 2, 1.